my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a reading on Wendy Williams. And this is requested by one of my viewers on YouTube, so thank you so much for tuning in. A lot of you have been commenting, well, a couple of people, about the volume on the microphone that I'm using. I tend to not have a problem with it. If you're using like a headphone, that would be easier to listen to my videos, or if you turn your volume all the way up, that may help you as well. I just wanted to bring that to your attention because a lot of the videos that I do have the volume of the microphone all the way up and try to get as close as possible. So um, I'm going to go ahead and start on Wendy Williams. So when we get into Wendy Williams' soul, when I look into her soul energy, she's a very complex lady. I'm going to try to be as gentle as I can with this reading because there's just a lot of things that I see. Now, her approach and her way of seeing things right now in life is not like what we see on TV. That persona that we see that's very happy, very, joyful, and just, on top of life and just feeling so, fabulous. That's not the person that I am seeing behind the scenes and when I tune into her soul. That is the persona that she does display, but behind that there's a lot of drama, a lot of uproar in her life going on right now at the moment with Miss Wendy Williams. I do see that, for the most part, a lot of people think that she is being ruthless and that she is just an obnoxious person who, likes to criticize celebrities, that she has an obsession with. But a lot of people don't understand that a lot of this is scripted, and a lot of it is, even though it's live, it's scripted, and a lot of it is direction from producers that are making her say things that ultimately she doesn't want to say. Because I do hear her conversations when I'm tuning into her soul, where she's having conversations and arguments or discussions with her producers that, this is too controversial. It's not something that she's happy with, but they're like, oh, but you're going to, make ratings and you're going to continue to be on air. Don't you want to continue to be on air, So it's almost like it comes across almost like a threat almost. So a lot of the, the flack, and I feel bad for Wendy because I know that a lot of the stuff that she says on and she divulges on TV is not something, that she normally would do or say. The person outside of the camera when she's alone, I feels like very shy, very timid. And she kind of fears for her, for her life in certain ways because she wants this privacy. And I don't feel like she has that when she goes, away from the cameras and away from TV. So I think a lot of people, they see that the persona and they misinterpret and think that, she's just this person who's ruthless. She is just trying to attack people, and that's not the case. A lot of this that she's saying and doing, it's a driving force behind her. And I feel like right now there's a male on her production team that is very much in control of a lot of the aspects. You could say she is almost, I hate to use this word, but it's almost like being a puppet. She's not a puppet in the sense that she has a voice and she, there's certain boundaries that they can't cross, but in many ways she is someone who her hands are kind of tied. That show could be pulled at any time, at any given time. A lot of people would be without jobs. But when I tune into her soul energy, I actually feel like she is going to be stepping into a new role. And it won't be daytime TV like she's doing now, her show, but it'll be more of like a producer type of role. Maybe some cameos on different hosting different shows with other networks. It's a possibility that she would, have her own show, but through a different network as well. But I feel like within the next 2 to 3 years, we may see a finality to the Wendy Williams show. And this is something that is coming up from Spirit. So just be prepared for a lot of you Wendy fans who love and support her. She'll always, be on social media and be in the spotlight. But for the most part, I feel like what I'm seeing and what I'm receiving from Spirit is that her show eventually is going to be canceled. And the reason for that is going to be, she's going in a creative direction that's different. And I feel like her contract will not be renewed, or it'll be something where she, decides not to renew it and just move on. Be like a mutual agreement, but I do see a hefty payout for her if she should choose that path. And again, the future is unwritten. When I'm doing readings and when psychics and psychic mediums, or clairvoyants do readings, the thing that you have to understand is that the future is unwritten. Like I said, psychics we're not always 100% accurate, and I will say that. What we're given is usually a snippets of a timeline that kind of syncs or aligns with your energy at that present time. So what I'm getting now are snippets. Her free will and the free will of others that are involved can change things. And that's why we bring forth these messages so that people can utilize them for the greatest good and to make, life decisions or, kind of look at something and analyze it and say, hey, maybe this is something that I need to change in my life right now. I do get that, now that she has gotten a little bit more comfortable in the show, saying a lot of these things, some of the stuff that she does say, feels almost second nature to her. It feels natural to say it. But, for the most part, she's created a lot of enemies in the Hollywood realm and celebrity realm. So there's a lot of people who, she's helped build their careers, or not helped build, but helped, promote them, by having them as a guest on the show. But at the same time, there is a lot of people that are celebrities that don't have her in the best light. She reminds me almost of like Miss Joan Rivers, who may she rest in peace. Very similar personalities, together. And again, with Miss Joan Rivers, I feel like a lot of that was scripted as well. I had one of my viewers ask me, what is going on between Wendy and her partner? And I feel like he's not happy, honestly. That's the energy. I'm not going to, sugarcoat anything. I don't sugarcoat anything in my private readings. But I don't feel like they're happy at all. I feel like there is, she tries the most to put the most energy that she can into it. But she's almost like gravitating to someone younger than him. And I feel like it will be somebody younger who she's already in contact with. I feel like she's maybe already met this person and they are good friends and things can develop. I'm not saying he's like in his 20s, but he's a couple years younger than Wendy. And so I see that, and I see that her husband would be going through a tough time right now. Like he can't sleep well. That's what's coming through. A lot of stress. Just, not a good environment that he is in. It feels like he almost feels like he's being backstabbed by a lot of people. So, um, yeah, that is exactly what I'm getting right now from Wendy and her husband. I also get that there is another male, and that male could be a water sign that is in her life. I don't feel like this is a partner, a romantic in any kind of level, but is someone that's more younger, and it could be on her producers, on her team of producers or people advisors. The male he is Caucasian and he is young. I want to say he's in his 20s or early 30s, and he does have brown hair, very dark brown hair. And what I see is that he's almost like a guiding force. And there's things that are being pitched towards her, and different opportunities that are coming up. It's actually two younger males, and they have a lot of creativity. And it looks like there's like this battle going on between the two to get Wendy in a new opportunities, whether this is producing a movie, doing another big show. But there's a lot of creative things going on, and I feel it's like conflict between these two. One of the males is also, the other male is Caucasian as well, but he has lighter hair, and I want to say blue eyes, and the other one has brown eyes and dark brown hair. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing right right now. Excuse me. With that, I feel also that when it comes to Wendy herself and her health, again, I cannot diagnose anyone since I'm not a doctor. This is by no means a diagnosis, only what I'm seeing. Health-wise, she's not the best. And I feel like, she tries to stay fit, and but she's had a lot of work done. And when I say work done, I'm talking about, plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery. And so a lot of this has affected her health. I am picking up that she would have potentially issues in the with vascularity in the cardiac type of area. I do get that there is something with her blood, almost like an immunodeficiency type of thing that is going on with her. It could be more like her immune system is weak from, just, but I feel like if she's not careful, you know, with her health in those areas, there's a strong possibility that she could, pass out. I think when she passed out, a lot of people thought that was staged and it was just a joke when she passed out on national TV, but it wasn't. It wasn't staged. I feel like she really actually did go through that, and this is part of the health concern that I'm having. I feel like it could affect her cerebral, so things like a stroke are very possible, if she's not careful. I don't know if she smokes. I'm smelling a lot of smoke around her, and I also see alcohol. So I don't know if she does these things. But these two factors can contribute to her health declining further. There's also a strong message from Spirit to avoid any further cosmetic procedures. If she's thinking of doing that within the next 2 to 3 years, getting any other, cosmetic procedures, it's almost like she's would be, setting herself up for failure, and that her health would actually deteriorate further from that. Because a lot of people think that, oh, when I get, plastic surgery or I get any kind of cosmetic, it's just a day in, day out procedure. It's just a couple of hours, and, it's safe and everything. But everything that you do to your body has risk, and it's higher risk. That's just common sense. It's higher risk when you're much older. And mind you, Wendy is still young. She's still a young woman. She's not old, but she's getting to that point where her body is going through changes hormonally, and also through the organism itself. So this is just something that that is being brought forth, not to scare her or scare anyone on her team or anyone listening that is a Wendy fan. That's not the intention of this. Again, it's being brought forth to create an awareness. And this is for anybody, that's out there that's listening, that goes through a cosmetic procedure or thinking of doing that. Be sure that you consult with your physician and get an exam before going on by yourself to, have any kind of plastic surgery or any cosmetic procedure, as minor as it may be. It could just be working on, on Botox on your face. But if you're taking medications and you're drinking once in a while, or you smoke, a lot of these things can factor in and cause issues later down the road that would affect you. I also feel like with her and her kidneys, that is another area that she would have to watch. I'm hearing Spirit say someone in her family suffered from kidney disease or something that would have affected the kidneys. So these are things that are running in her family. But as far as when I get into her financial area, and I'm transitioning into that area right now, I see success. I see a lot of money. She's not going to have problems financially for the next couple of years. That is a very solid area for her. It stands out. Again, she's going to be involved in multiple business deals, and she's a very smart businesswoman. Don't let her personality fool you, or the persona. A lot of people think, oh, she is not smart, she's saying a lot of these things, but Wendy is very smart. When it comes down to it, she really is very meticulous about her business dealings and her finances, and she's always thinking and planning ahead for her future. So I see things changing in that area. I do feel like there is a male, which could be her husband, walking away from her. So whether or not they divorce, there is tension, and that's yet to be seen. But I do feel like within a month of March, within 3 to 4 years, maybe less, anywhere from 3 to 4 years from now, it could happen. I do see him walking away from her. And it also feels like she is also going to be losing some money as well when this happens, and it feels like he's going to be taking some things with him, money wise. This could be assets, homes, anything that she would have together. But again, people listening to this may not believe it until it actually happens. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is what I'm being shown right now. Anything can change within that time period, but that's what I'm seeing right now, that it would happen. And then there is, it does come up with, what I'm seeing from spirit in the visions, that there is something legal coming up. So it feels like this is all aligning together with, you know, her relationship and where it would be going. So, you know, she is a good person. I feel like she has her heart in the right spot. I just feel like, with her, she just needs to take more control over her career and not let a lot of these producers, push her on the verge of compromising her integrity and her authenticity when it comes to, her career itself. Because there's a lot of push and pull, push and pull, and her, not having a say so in what she's wanting to do. Um, and that's what happens, when you are signed to a contract with, you know, a big corporation like, she is in right now. You have contractual obligations and things that you have to follow. So if your producer tells you you must, do this, or go to this award show or host this event, you have to do it. Otherwise, you would be penalized and fined. I think a lot of people don't realize that about contracts and the legalities that are involved with being a celebrity. So that is what I'm seeing for Miss Wendy Williams. I wish her all the best. I hope that she continues to, shine in her career. And I hope that I'm wrong about her, her relationship with her partner. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day.